My top 30 PS4 games. I did obviously a top 50 back in June or May, right? But this is going to be only like for PS4 games, and yeah. So like I changed some of the listings, rankings quite a few times, right? So they're going to change. It's not going to match up with the top 50 games of all time, right? Like for PS4 games, and yeah. My number 30 is going to be Knack II. So Knack II, I like it for its anime style gameplay, very fun gameplay, and that your character grows in size, right? As the gameplay goes further on, and yeah. And this one, Knack II added more tactics, more abilities, more enemies, areas, right? And there's some more sense of challenge, and yeah. And as well, extra content, end of game content, and yeah. Followed by number 29 is going to be NBA 2K18. I played this game probably more than any other PS4 game that I have, and yeah, mainly because of the exhibition mode, right? So the exhibition all-time team modes, right? So like for all of the franchises, right, you get the best players from every franchise on it, and yeah. You also got back in the day, like when the servers were working, you also had to play, my team online, which is very fun, right? Gameplay like a very solid, right? A passing feels solid, shooting feels solid, right? And yeah, NBA 2K18 as well, my career, my GM mode, and yeah. 28 is going to be a Control. So Control for the crazy telekinetic abilities, for the weird paranormal activities going on in the game, and yeah, I like the sense of mystery, the conspiracy, and that sense of darkness like in the game, right? And yeah, and there's a power sets that you got over time, and the enemies, as you went on and on, the enemies got better and better. And the only reason why I didn't rank this higher, because some of the level design, like in some of the areas, for me, I got stuck in certain areas, certain quest points. Like overall, though, it is a solid. If you like third-person action, I can recommend it. 27 is going to be Rayman Legends. So Rayman Legends, lots of content in this game. A whole lot of content in this game, right? 50 plus levels, and this is a platformer game. I'm not really much into platformers, but this one, it is very fun, right? And Rayman Legends, this one, I don't know, a copy of the game also comes with Rayman Origins. So it comes out with the original game, right? So you get to play a Rayman Origins and a Legends, right? And lots of different characters, lots of different enemies, loopholes, right? Along the platforming, right? And as you get more and more of these collectibles to progress further, it is a blast to play through. My number 26 is going to be Watch Dogs 2, right? So Watch Dogs, I was not expecting to like Watch Dogs 2, and it was a rare game in my area. But they expanded and so much like from Watch Dogs 1. The hacking is better, right? The main character has more personality. The world feels more responsive to you, right? There's more side quests, more activities, challenges, right? And yeah, I really did more like with Watch Dogs 2. King Cars now is more advanced. Hacking to the cameras more advanced, drones, etc. Number 25 is going to be Nier Automata. Nier Automata. It's kind of like a tongue twister for me, but Nier Automata is a very fun action style game. I like the combat mechanics, very solid combat mechanics, right? And yeah, as you play, and as well, like a very, touching, emotional story, right? Especially near the end of the story. And yeah, side quest design, main quest designs, right? And as you fought these robots, very cool enemy designs in this game. Very cool enemy design, unique art style choices like in the game, right? And yeah, but if you like anime style or manga style, I recommend this game. And there's a part A, part B, part C, so you can replay the game like multiple parts, right? And I play the game through a different perspective, see different endings. Number 24 is Titanfall 2. I wanted to rank this higher, but Titanfall 2 wasn't very long in terms of the campaign. But for what it gave you, this is probably one of the best shooters a campaign out there. And yeah, but Titanfall 2, it is a blast to play as you play as a pilot and the Titan. The gameplay mechanics, it is so solid, right? The weapon variety is solid. Online multiplayer, even though it was, I don't know, if you're on PS4, it was more limited because, I don't know, just the leaderboards and servers, it was very hard to get like in a game. But Titanfall 2, I tell you, like if you like shooters, I recommend this game. Mechanics very solid, right? I love playing as a mech at the Titan. It is super cool. Number 23 is going to be Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Just like with Rayman Legends, this one has a lot of content. But this is a remake of the Crash Bandicoot. I like the loopholes it puts you through. It is very difficult. This game will drive you crazy, but it is also very fun into the game, right? The game gets harder. There's a Ratchet and Clank, a Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3, right? And yeah, all very solid games, challenging games. The third one is probably the easiest, but the first one is the hardest. Followed by number 22 is going to be Battlefield 1. So Battlefield 1, I played so much of his multiplayer. I rarely play multiplayer, but I remember back in 2017, 18, 19, I used to play the hell out of this multiplayer. World War I style gameplay, semi-automatic weapons, a combat right there. You have to be very careful, and yeah, it was also very challenging, and you have the war stories in campaign mode, so it actually, I believe it replays. I get to play missions from different perspectives revolving around a World War I warfare, and yeah, tank battle gameplay, right? Airplane gameplay, right? Conquest, rush, domination gameplay, team, deathmatch. It is super fun. Now, number 21 is going to be Churros. Churros or Churros. So, I was not expecting to like this game. And not a very well-known game, but a Churros, right, by Deep Silver. It is super fun to play. If you like, this is more so if you like spaceship, kind of like these crazy spaceship simulators. But this is very fun. The gameplay is very, very, very solid, and a fluidity, I like the ship movement here. It is amazing, right? A main quest, right? Side quest as you travel through this galaxy, the thousands of kilometers and that you travel through this a mini galaxy. It is super fun, right? And yeah, loopholes, conspiracies, hallucination sequences, memory recoveries. It is super fun. Now, we're in the top 20 is going to be Rise of the Tomb Raider. A 20-year collection. So, the Tomb Raider games, there's lots of Tomb Raider games, but I chose this one. I really enjoy this one, right? Tomb Raider, it is one of the best action-adventure style games out there. But, just an adventure style game, this one's very solid. Mechanics very solid, going, in the cover very solid, right? As you either go into stealth or action, cover systems, and as you uncover these ancient treasures and these ancient conspiracies in these uncharted parts of the world. It is super fun. Now, number 19 is going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn, as it combines futuristic, kind of like this futuristic what if, right, machinery with prehistoric humans, and puts them all in one world. This is a very fun, unique idea for a game. And, you start off with the game, you only get the bow and arrow, right? But as you get further and further, you get better weapons, right? Better weapons, right? Semi-automatic weapons. I get this staff. I kind of like this staff. I can do damage to enemies. You can even hack into these robots. Some of these robots, once you unlock the cauldron abilities, and yeah, side missions, lots of side missions, lots of different stuff to explore in the world. And there's the 3 main factions in the main game, then there's the extra faction in the DLC, and yeah. The Infamous Second Son. So this was one of my first PS4 experiences, and let me tell you, this is a blast to play. Infamous Second Son, the powers you get, the graphics, and this one really, going from the PS3 to PS4, you can really see the graphical upgrade in this game. But as you got different powers, right? A conduit ability, smoke, neon, video, concrete, right? The further you got into the game, the more powerful you became, etc. And yeah. But Infamous Second Son, if you're looking for a game with superpowers, you actually rarely see a game like this, where you get superpowers and it's an open world, right? For that time, right? But Infamous Second Son, it is very fun, right? And not as good as the previous Infamous games, but still, it is super fun, and extra stuff, side stuff, you can do collectibles, right? And yeah. 18 is going to be Batman Arkham Knight. A very controversial choice, but I like Batman Arkham Knight the more and more I play it over time. Mainly for the challenges and the endgame content and the approach to how the side mission structure was set up. Batman Arkham Knight does have its disappointments in the story, but overall, in terms of mechanics, this is one of the best superhero games, right? I was talking about gameplay-wise. Playing as Batman, playing as a Batmobile, and through challenges, you get to play as Red Hood. Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, I believe, Harley Quinn is in it as well, and yeah, but it just plays so well, from the combat to the stealth to the different gadgets you got. The gadgets in this game were incredible. They were amazing. Lots of different gadgets in the game. To DLC content, some of them disappointed, but still, it is super fun. So 17 is going to be Resident Evil 2 Remake. So Resident Evil 2 Remake, even though for me it was kind of short, but still, like, just the approach to the gameplay and the suspense, constant suspense in this game, playing through the game as you start off like in the police section, going on like to the sewers area, then you went on to the research area, different areas. It is super fun. Mr. X chasing you, different zombies, your approach to saving ammo, resources are scarce, save ammo, health items, right, etc. And yeah, but Resident Evil 2 Remake, extra content as well. We play as Hunk, for example. Time trial content, right? And yeah, extra skins, different playthroughs. So play part A, part B, part C, perspective after the walkthrough like of the game. Really, number 16, 15 here is going to be Doom and Doom Eternal, right? So 16, 15, Doom and Doom Eternal. I put these like in the same ranking back to back. I enjoyed both games. I enjoyed both games a lot. Doom Eternal probably gave you more in terms of weapon selection. But I loved Doom 1. As you move through these demonic enemies, you kill them left, center, right, constantly. It's either kill or be killed, right? But it is super fun, very suspenseful, as the fast pace, like this crazy fast pace, heavy metal background music. Doom and Doom Eternal, it is super fun. I recommend it, and if you like fast paced games on the PS4, check it out. With Tekken 7, so Tekken 7. I love Tekken 7, and I'm not a big fighting game fan, but this one, very suspenseful, constant suspense, tension, impact. The fighting feels very, fluent in terms of the, mechanics, and yeah. There's like a story mode, there's like a challenge mode, there's like a tower arcade mode, right? And lots of characters to choose from, customization, right? And yeah, but just the tension and the soundtrack like in the background complements this game so well, and it is super addicting to play. Very, very addicting, and as you learn new characters, new combos. Now, number 13 is Elden Ring. So Elden Ring, this is a very popular game, one of the most popular games of the last 10 years. But Elden Ring, massive open world, lots to explore, lots to see. I'm not good at From Software games, but I'm putting it on here because it reminds me a lot of Skyrim, and Skyrim is very special to me. But I highly recommend Elden Ring. If you like, you gotta kind of like the Souls-like formula, right? As you pick different builds, fight different enemies, lots of enemies in this game, and enemy variety in this game, it is very impressive. I never seen a game, right, with this unique, crazy enemy variety, like in the world. I told it's going to be a Destroy All Humans remake of the original Destroy All Humans from 2005, and yeah, so this one now, same reason why I love Destroy All Humans 2, the freedom, right, mind control abilities, right, the various weapons that you get, right, and just overall very fun. Challenges. This one adds optional objectives to the original game, right, and yeah, and obviously again this is a remake, so it is graphically, everything. All of the visuals have been redone from the remake. Sorry, from the original game, and yeah. But this one has a blast to play. Number 11 is going to be Jedi Fallen Order. So Jedi Fallen Order, one of my favorite adventure games of all time. But the crazy action set sequences, and as well, the fighting. The fighting, I feels very solid, right, in terms of parrying, right, dodging, hitting enemies, and yeah. You go to different planets, and it's a very grounded story looking at Cal Kestis and other characters as well, right? This one teases Darth Vader like for the future game, but this is a very solid game, right? Lots of nice areas, to visit like in the game, and yeah. So we're in the top 10. This is gonna be Last of Us 2. Another controversial choice. So Last of Us 2, right? Even though this game is long, the good thing about this game it is long, so there's lots of content. They improved a lot, like from Last of Us 1 in terms of gameplay. I'm just talking about gameplay. How the story goes, right? The story is kind of hit or miss, and pacing issues in the story, right? And them getting rid of Joel, but I love the gameplay. The gameplay is solid. One of the best, like in terms of gameplay, like action, adventure style games out there, right? And yeah, just like the first game, saving up ammo, health items, right? Resource items, etc. And yeah, but the gameplay here feels improved, right? And there's less puzzle sections in the game, right? Some areas are very fast paced, lots of killing zombies, human enemies, etc. And yeah. My number 9 is gonna be Just Cause 3. So I talk a lot about Just Cause 3, but Just Cause 3 because really, the name of the game is, cause as much mayhem as possible, a destruction. So it is pure action, and more action. You got a grappling hook just like the previous ones, and you can grapple onto any area within range. You can drive cars, boats, tanks, helicopters, jets, planes, and yeah. But Just Cause 3 has a lot to offer from a single player perspective, right? DLC content as well, extra content, challenges, races, and yeah. Number 8 is going to be Devil May Cry 5. So Devil May Cry 5, the main reason why I put it so high because of Bloody Palace is so fun and addicting. But Bloody Palace, the arcade mode, right, is super fun. But I like the Devil May Cry 5 approach here. 3 different protagonists, right? And each protagonist plays differently. And as well, the 4th one as well, Virgil, right? So Dante, V, Nero, Virgil. Every character plays differently and they feel very different in how they play. And yeah, but the fighting feels very, very fluent. Obviously, it is a similar fighting style, very similar to the previous Devil May Cry games. But obviously this time, visually, it looks better. Some of the mechanics are better. Obviously, more upgrades this time, right? Newer areas, newer enemies, and yeah. But Bloody Palace is really why I put it so high. It's super addicting to play through that wave mode. Try to get to the next stage, and yeah. Number 7 is going to be Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. This one though, in terms of adventure style game, like I love this game. Like everything about it does flow so well. The story, the fluidity of the mechanics, climbing, shooting, going like into cover, and yeah, like everything about it. Seeing the chemistry. So this is like A Thief's End. So this is teases at the end of, kind of like Nathan Drake's story. And they might obviously bring him back like his story, but yeah, but I definitely though, like in terms of replayability, adventure style games, like this is one of the best out there. And it came out like at the peak of the PS4 generation, right? Graphically looks amazing. It is probably one of the best looking PS4 games out there. Metal Gear Solid 5. So for the same reason why I love Uncharted 4 for its mechanics, same thing here, but mechanics and a fluidity in the movement here is so smooth in Metal Gear Solid 5. You feel like an actual soldier as you dive like into cover, as you crouch prone, as you take down enemies in the CQC sequences. It's amazing. The engine that Konami used in this game was amazing. Running feels very realistic. Shooting feels very realistic. Climbing feels realistic, right? Hopping over ledges, right, and all that. And yeah, but Metal Gear Solid 5, and I know the story did have fragments in it. The story I could have been better, but I like the gameplay, and you can approach the main mission, depending, I just depends on your play style. A run and gun, you can play more stealthy, or sometimes you have to play stealthy or gather intel, right, and yeah, and also a different side missions, side ops, FOB missions, online missions, right, and developing, new gear, whether it be, weapons, explosives, stealth camo, security systems, and yeah. We're in the top 5 now. Top 5. So number 5 is SpiderMan 2018. Definitely low, You guys know I love SpiderMan 2018, but this is one of the best it is one of the best SpiderMan adaptations. Definitely one of the best. Really feel like you are Spider-Man here. And as well as you get further and further into the Spider-Man lore, the Spider-Man lore here, is pretty good. Spider-Man, web swinging feels very fluent, right? This one, the combo, the comboing too as well. I really feel like Spider-Man as you use your super strength upper hand against these lower end thugs, right? And yeah, this one has Mr. Negative, Kingpin, Dr. Octopus, different villains as well, Rhino, Shocker, a Scorpion, and yeah, but Spider-Man 2018 and side missions, DLC as well. Number 4 is Witcher 3. Mainly because Witcher 3 because of its content, lots of content like in this game. right? And I'm more so like if you like RPGs, but this one as well had me hooked. It had me hooked. But especially the dialogue options, to the side missions, to finding playing things like Gwent or bounty hunting enemies, right? And yeah, but this is a super addicting game. And some of the cutscenes, I'm not saying all of them, but some of the cutscenes, it reminds me of watching, like the a Game of Thrones episode, like a very good one where it just sucks you in, it draws you in, the characters, the accents, right, and the world and all that, and yeah. Witcher 3, also DLC, so the main story is the main game, and DLC, which is like, the DLC is its own game. So its own huge, massive game on its own. Number 3, so top 3, number 3 is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. You can play as cop, play as racer. I talked a lot about this before, but Hot Pursuit 2010 remastered, right? So this is a remastered. I played it more like on the PS4, but this one, now the content is huge, like lots of different content. So, whether you are the cop chasing on the racer, or you're a racer escaping from the cop, time trials, right? Competitive races online, right? Rapid responses, right? Hot pursuits mixed in like with races. It is amazing, and power ups too as well. Spike strips, EMP, turbo, helicopter, all those, right? And yeah, but it is very, very, very fun, right? One of the best racing games out there, and the different classes of cars, as you get further in, you get faster, you get better cars. The racing gets more suspenseful, tighter, yeah, impactful, and yeah. Number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2. The same reason why I love Witcher 3, but this one is the immersiveness of the game. Everything about the game is very realistic, from the characters to the world to the NPCs to the interacting like with like with the environment around you. If you like cowboy westerns, I highly recommend picking this up. It is one of the most popular games of all time, but Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, its mechanics might be probably a little bit too realistic in the shooting mechanics, getting like into cover, even though you do move slow, but it takes the time to add the realism to everything. Horse riding, right? Aiming, right? Picking up items, loot, etc. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I highly recommend this game. It is one of the best out there, and online too as well. Side missions, lots of side stuff, right? And yeah. My favorite PS4 game is God of War 2018, mainly because when I first played this game, I never had an experience like it. It is truly a special experience. Now, this is not like the previous God of War games from before. This is a different style of gameplay. But God of War 4 or 2018, whatever I want to call it, in terms of like the immersiveness like of the world. This is like a Norse world, and seeing the character of Kratos evolve and change over time. This is a different Kratos. It's the same Kratos, but he's different this time, right? Personality wise, the chemistry between him and his son Atreus as they explore the Lake of Nine, right? Some of the realms of the Norse mythology world, and yeah, the enemies, the visuals. Visually, it is impressive. Probably not as good as Red Dead 2, but still, visually, it is amazing. And yeah, really, like when I first played this game, it's like, wow, I put the controller down. I wanted to play more and more of it, right? It truly felt special, unique, right? You rarely see experiences like this, and yeah. And side missions too as well. It's like an open world, so lots of content, collectibles, enemies to fight, secret enemies, secret, hidden pathways, and yeah. But God of War 2018 is a game I highly recommend. It's my favorite PS4 game. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.